Impact Wrestling Victory Road 2022 match card and predictions is the video for you today here on SCW. We are 24 hours away from the show, and of course this show has got a couple of matches I'm really looking forward to. There are a few matches that I think probably I would consider filler, but of course we are on the road to Bound for Glory, just a couple of short weeks away. So let's dive straight into it and let's talk about what I think will be the most exciting match on this show, the most heated rivalry on the show. It is the Barbed Wire Massacre triple threat match. Sami Callihan, Moose and Steve Maclin. Of course, we've had experience of Barbed Wire Massacre in the past in Impact Wrestling. The ring ropes will be replaced with barbed wire. Anything goes. Expect blood, carnage, brutality and bloodshed. Everything that you could expect in Barbed Wire Massacre. Now, I believe this is the fourth time we're having this in Impact Wrestling. Sami Callihan has experience, of course, a part of OVE against LAX. I believe that's the last time they did this match. But, of course, Sami Callihan and Moose have gone through it already with a couple of real hardcore matches to get to this stage where we are now. We have Monsters Ball at Slammiversary and Clockwork Orange House of Fun match, of course, and Against All Odds. And that's where Maclin got himself involved in this. Maclin and Moose have been denying that they've actually had a working relationship together. Of course, Callihan feels he can see through their charade, but of course, Callihan continuously seems to be at the end of 2-on-1 beatdowns when it comes to Maclin and Moose. Are they really in a working relationship? I suppose this is the match where we would really find out, because under triple threat rules, someone has to win, and of course, they can always team up on Sami Callihan, but when it comes to getting that pinfall, eventually they're going to turn on each other. So I'm expecting this to be a full-on triple threat match. I'm looking forward to seeing where the breakdown happens and how this is going to lead to a victory. And will Callihan manage to overcome the odds? It's going to be very interesting. I'm surprised they didn't save this match for Bound for Glory. I'm assuming these three are all going to be involved in the Call Your Shot Gauntlet match that probably I expect to be announced between now and then. But to pick a winner for you, I'm actually going to go for Sami Callihan to overcome the odds. I would like Steve Maclin to be the one to actually pick up the victory in this match, because I think there is a star potential, a future main eventer in Maclin. But for looking at the storyline, seeing where we've got from there to now, if Moose and Maclin are not in a working relationship, this could lead to a rivalry with them two going forward. I think it could be the right time to take Sami Callihan out of this rivalry. Particularly Callihan and Moose has been going on what seems like a very long time now. Like I said, I don't think this video is going to fully close off from here, despite the fact that we've got Barbed Wire Massacre, because I expect all of them to be in the Call Your Shot Gauntlet for Bound for Glory. But as an actual program properly with these guys, because they'll have many other superstars to contend with in the Call Your Shot Gauntlet, I think here is the right opportunity probably to give the babyface victory to Sami Callihan, and we're going to start looking to break this feud off and go in different directions for all three guys. And just before I go to the next match, for any Moose fans that are watching, the reason I've not picked Moose, not because I'm not a fan, I'm a huge fan of his work, I just think he doesn't need the victory in this instance. Next, let's talk a six-man tag team match, Honor No More, featuring their leader Eddie Edwards and the Impact World Tag Team Champions OGK. Of course, we've got Mike Bennett and Matt Taven going against the Impact World Champion Josh Alexander, Rich Swann and Heath. All three of Josh Alexander, Heath and Rich Swann have had issues with Honor No More. Of course, Josh Alexander will be main eventing Bound for Glory against Eddie Edwards. It's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do here for this match. We do know that Rich Swann and Josh Alexander were trying to win the Impact World Tag Team Championships, but of course, accidentally, Heath cost them those Tag Team Championships by hitting the wake-up call on Matt Taven. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to get the momentum heading into the biggest show of the year. For me, personally, I like the idea of asking questions. Would there be friction amongst the baby faces? The fact that they want to get revenge on Honor No More so much that they actually might continually cost each other, that they have to learn to work together to overcome the odds, because Honor No More have become a well-oiled machine and are starting to pick up a lot of big victories now in Impact Wrestling. For me, it makes sense for Honor No More to go over in this match. Like we said, we've got Josh Alexander against Eddie Edwards anyway at Bound for Glory. I'd like to see the other guys go off in the tag team title match at Bound for Glory, but of course I don't think we're going to be getting that. But it'll be interesting to see how it will go down. But for now, I'm going to go for Honor No More to pick up the victory. Next, we're going to be talking about the Impact Knockouts champion Jordynne Grace. Of course, she's got a Pick Your Poison match. Of course, Masha Slamovich, her opponent at Bound for Glory, has picked Max the Impaler. Of course, she is going to be with Father James Mitchell in her corner. This should be an interesting match. I've not seen too much of Maclin Impaler, if I'm brutally honest, at this stage. I'm looking forward to seeing what she can bring to the ring. But I think Jordynne Grace is going to overcome this. Of course, Masha Slamovich has been undefeated so far in Impact Wrestling. She's looking very strong going into the biggest show of the year in her biggest match going against Jordynne Grace. Grace needs to uphold that by looking very strong by picking up a victory here. We'll follow that up with Gisele Shaw going against Mickie James. Now, of course, Mickie James made a return to Impact Wrestling, and of course, she said that she wants to start from the bottom and work her way back up to get into the championship picture. But of course, if she's to lose a match, she must retire. So I'm liking this storyline, kind of very similar to the Ric Flair storyline in WWE back in 2007 going to 2008. And of course, against Gisele Shaw here, this is, I believe, her second match, if I'm not mistaken, since that return. So she's not losing here. Mickie James will pick up the victory. But I like the fact that Mickie James is working with all talent here in Impact Wrestling. I hope this goes on for quite some time. Big fan of Mickie James. She's given so much to the business. And if she is going to leave Impact and retire at any point and go go out the right way with her shoulders on the mat, it needs to be on one of the biggest stages possible. So Bound for Glory would seem more suitable if it was going to be a place like that, or certainly one of the big 4 pay-per-views Impact have throughout their calendar year. This isn't the place for that for me. Mickie James will pick up the victory over Gisele Shaw. A match that I'm particularly looking forward to, again in the Knockouts division, Killer Kelly going against Tasha Steelz. Now, of course, Killer Kelly, not long in Impact Wrestling, has shown particular interest at the moment in the former Knockouts champion. Of course, she actually invited Tasha Steelz on commentary when Killer Kelly had got a recent victory over Alicia. Following that match, Killer delivered a message and then went face-to-face with Tasha, mouthing the words, "I'll see you at Victory Road." It's going to be interesting to see. I think both of these at the moment, it could be a future direction of one of these going for the Knockouts Championship, and I'm really excited to see where it's going to go. If I had to predict early right now, I have a feeling that Masha Slamovich will become long-term your Knockouts Champion in Impact Wrestling. So for me, it makes more sense currently for what I believe would be a babyface Killer Kelly to go over here. And of course, that's a very fresh matchup that you can have at the top of your Knockouts division at some point, let's say Hard to Kill in January. So I'm going to go for Killer Kelly to pick up the victory here. But this is one of the matches that I'm quite looking forward to seeing. Next, let's talk about the X Division Championship. Speedball Mike Bailey has been doing a lot of open challenges recently and also successfully defending and winning those open challenges with his championship. This time, be taking on Delirious, of course, formerly has been a part of Ring of Honor in the past here. It should be an interesting match between the two, but for me, Mike Bailey's not losing the championship between now and Bound for Glory. And of course, the open challenge does continue into a triple threat revolver as well that's going to be taking place on the show here. Looking forward to this. We've got Kenny King, Trey Miguel, Mia Yim, we've got Black Taurus, Laredo Kid, we've got Alex Zane, and we've got Yuta Omura, hope I've said that correctly, and Frankie Kazarian. So we've got representation of Impact Wrestling, AAA, we've got New Japan Pro Wrestling and AEW all featured in one match here. And of course, the rules of a triple threat revolver, 3 superstars starts, then we get a pinfall, then a new wrestler comes to the ring. So it all comes down to luck of the draw here to see who's going to pick up the victory in this match. It's almost impossible to call, but of course the winner getting the championship opportunity at Bound for Glory. You can't look past looking the likes of Trey Miguel, Laredo Kid, Alex Zane for me, I think are probably the 3 favourites at this point going into the match. For me, as a prediction, like I say, it really could be anybody at this point, but I'm going to go for Alex Zane to pick up the victory. He has been given opportunities before in Impact Wrestling, and I think it'd be nice to see him on Bound for Glory going for the X Division Championship. But that's my predictions. Let me know your predictions right now in the comments below. Who do you think will be the winners at Victory Road heading into Bound for Glory? And what matches do you want to see at Bound for Glory as well? Would love to interact with you in the comments section. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, then please do hit the like button. Share it with a friend as well who enjoys Impact Wrestling. And why not consider subscribing to SCW as well? Getting close to 1,700 subscribers. Would love to hit that milestone. And also, I'd like to ask you a question now as well, as a lot of the Impact content I do is usually pre-recorded. Do you want Bound for Glory, the prediction show, to be a live stream? If you do, let me know in the comments below, and if there is enough interest, then I will do it as a live stream instead of doing the usual pre-recorded video. But that's all from me. Check out these videos on the side of your screen right now. Enjoy Victory Road, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.